once you've identified something, someone with ADHD seems to have this amazing ability to stay locked on for much longer than.
How would you describe what that is, that selection process? The holding of all the ideas and the selecting one.
Like a scientific answer, a nerdy answer, or
Yeah.
it's my first
Whatever
nerdy
comes
answer.
to mind. I'm curious.
Yeah, first one is, well, with ADHD, we're talking dopaminergic. And so when we're talking about dopamine, we start looking at all the other things that dopamine will do. And one of those things is being
Is what?
incentive salience, it's called.
Incentive salience. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
this,
I thought you said insectisalience, and I went to bugs.
it's insecticide,
Incentive salience. Okay.
incentive salience. So which over time, and I've found particularly with vestibular individuals can begin to pick out which one of those 100 has the most meat behind it. Like, which one of these do I like the most? Which one has like that oomph behind it that makes me feel lit up more than any of the other ideas? Because quite often all of those ideas, they have the same salience. They're all at the same level. And that's the problem, is having 100 ideas that are all the same. No one idea is more important than the other. That's That's awful. But if you can rank that 100 some way, then that's introduction to.
Yes.
And so being able to sit longer and longer and idea, mostly internally, like with physical sensations, which idea do I like the most? And then you can go, well, I've got these other 99. They're now in my back pocket. I know where to find them. They're written down. And now we can focus on the one, because that one isn't one thing. It's probably 100 things inside that one idea, and you get to play with it for a little. So over here, we use flow state hacking, or I hate that word hacking, but flow state triggers in order to engage that. Because once we know we're in the system, we stay there.
Yeah.
And I say we, I feel like I was one of the lucky kids in high school that somehow managed to work out my own ADHD early and use it as an. I remember most of my 20s and my teens, I had such a rich internal life that I could play with all the ideas internally. And from the outside, it looked like I was engaged enough that teachers and adults and would go, oh yeah, no, he's good. He's not a behavior problem. He's not acting out. I just had an internal world that was way more fun than, and so that's how I accidentally learned to, and then go. But I think some of those externalizing behaviors, which we know with ADHD, we just need a little bit more stimulus, keep the, and so those stimulating, particularly for teenage boys, are quite disruptive in a classroom environment. They don't and so we little roundabout where we excluding people from education or making education harder, or we make it more and more difficult to engage with. And then we all of a sudden have this massive problem that we seem to have now with not how to keep ADHD kids in classrooms and engaged on something that they're. And I think the big problem comes back to that incentive. If you're not, nothing's going to change. But once you're interested, once we can find out that one thing that's really